This is pulling them out. What happened in Utah on September what, 9th, 10th? September 10th, 9th, 10th. This is starting to bring the racism out even more, and people are starting to show their face. And what's right is what's right, and what's wrong is what's wrong. You can't go around spreading hate. You can't say they shouldn't have this, because you got it. Why you want to say they can't have this? Look, we all going through the same thing. Family members get cancer, family members die, children come out one arm, one leg. We all go, I don't care what nationality, I don't care where you live at in the world. It's the same thing. And I want to know, why do we kill each other? We can't, look, I can understand why animals in the Amazon and all the forests and everything in the jungles, they kill each other, but they eat each other. We don't eat each other, we just kill each other. For what? See, when a human kill another human, that's hate. That's straight up hate. Even if you feel in some type of way, you shouldn't kill no human. You should be able to walk away from that situation, unless it's you can't, like bar none. But you shouldn't be hating on that individual and kill them. And it's hatred in all forms of fashion, just not killing. Somebody might just don't like you because you got an upper hand on them, and that's where the hatred come in. People think you got an upper hand on them because they too lazy to go get what you achieving. And it's enough achievement out here for everybody. But you can't be spreading hate and expect somebody to agree with you. No. Look, if I'm spreading negativity and you positive in your life, you don't want to be around me. You don't even agree with nothing I'm talking about if I'm being negative all the time. Negative all the time. You trying to be positive. You trying to keep doing what you doing. You don't want to spread. Look, I want to be happy. You want to be negative and mad all the time. I'm not hanging around you, and I don't agree with nothing you saying. See, debate. Why you want to debate about something that's negative and you know it is? So what if this person want to choose to be this way? But as long as they doing themselves and they ain't hurt nobody, and they not spreading they not putting the fuel on the fire to kill, take away, to stagnate a human being's life, I can care less about what they doing, because to me that's positive. That's being yourself. You ain't got to get in nobody else's lane and stagnate what they trying to do and spread stagnation across the world. And then people is investing in this type of stuff, this negativity. How could you invest in negativity? That's just not, look, even boxing is positive. That's a sport. That's macho-y macho. But some people say it's negative because it's fighting. But that's legal fighting, right? Legal fighting. That's not street fighting. That's legal. They agreed upon the contract. They fight. That's substantial. That's legal. We don't like to see people fighting on the streets for whatever reason. Most of the times it's drugs or they alcohol or or they disrespecting. But when somebody even disrespecting, you can still get away from that as long as they ain't putting their hands on you. And you never as an individual really get rid of evil. But we all can agree on what is right. And I don't think nobody would vote for hate. I mean, if it was on the ballot and it said everything we do is hatred, ain't nobody gonna mark yes. Well, unless you would hatred, then show yourself. Then we can see. But like we seeing right now in this administration, I'm not saying I really don't care about the government because the government really can't do nothing for me. But everybody got a little hatred in their heart. I mean, not everybody. I don't, and a lot of other people don't because I want to help. It's 2025, man. It ain't 1901, 1902. We don't own. Look, stop hating against us because we the solution. We ain't the problem. I mean, it's a few of everybody that's the problem. And everybody want to point out my people being the problem. Look, man, check this out. These people can go to these stores. These people can shoot each other. My people can shoot each other. They could go to these stores, rob banks or whatever. But it's other races doing way more crimes. We at the micro. They at the macro. They at the top doing top crimes. You feel like oh, and then we do the lesser crimes and we go to the hardest jails. They do the most horrendous crimes, taking lives, taking people, stealing money from the older people, taking insurance plans, knocking stuff down. People get their house burned down. They can't get their insurance. These is, you know what I mean? Upper echelon. And they get to go to the feds. Keep the door open. They can go to the yard whenever they want, man. I don't know, man. Look, we need to pull it together, man. This country need to pull it together. And why do we care about what they doing over there in other countries when our country is tore up from the floor? I mean, everybody don't even care because if you was raised in the United States, you was taught to obey. You go to class, you sit down. You was trained, to get a job, really. And the people that was outspoken and following they ideas and they dreams and they leading right now. But other people, 98%, man, is like still gotta go to work and still gotta do this and some people just don't care. Well, most people just don't care, man. They like, man, I got kids. I'm just going to work, man. I heard this one cat. I say, man, we African Americans. He say, nah, we Americans. Hold on. Americans, they don't treat you like Americans. They treat you as a second-class citizen if you my color. Everybody. You feel me? They see this skin color. Oh, he this. Oh, he that. Oh, he this. And to me, quite frankly, I'm tired of it because we never was that or this. People become who they are because they broke, they poor. Nobody listening to them, nobody want to help them. So then they lash out and sometimes they turn into monsters. But out of 400,000 black people in the United States or in California, only 10,000 is like that. So you got 390,000 good people that love to go to work, love what they do, love to be positive, helping positive people become more positive, teaching the masses, teaching the kids. But they never put that up on, they barely put that up. They barely talk about that, but they always talking about, in they debates, how it was affirmative action, how it was this, how it was that. Come on, man. We never needed affirmative action either. They know who the real people is. We more coordinated, we smarter. Our kids graduate college at 17, man. They 16 degrees. And without daddy's money, without the family money. You got a little 16-year-old right now with 15 degrees from the hardest schools in America. In America. But we don't put them stories up. We got a guy right now. He making diesel fuel out of plastics. Something that we trying to get rid of in the world. He making fuel, diesel fuel. They invested in him right now. Diesel fuel is finna start being made out of plastic. And he is us, see? They ain't told y'all nothing about that. So I'm tired of these debates, man. These debates on what's wrong and what's right. The debate should be, how can we get right done more? Right. And I'm gonna tell you one debate I got. Stop selling guns on the internet. Make it go back to the old ways where you had to go into the shop and buy a gun. Cancel the internet gun sales today. They're making guns out of plastic now on the internet. Man, if y'all don't stop, look, y'all need to stop the BS. Because what do we need to have a debate for? Should stuff be wrong or should stuff be right? Because every debate is about wrong or right. Every person is either wrong or they right. And we can be the judges of that, right? No, we shouldn't have to. Y'all the government, y'all supposed to be smart. This guy is immorally wrong. This guy is morally right. This guy need to be running for whatever position. Period. Point blank range, man. That's how it should be. We shouldn't have to be fighting or debating about what's right and what's wrong. We all want what's right, man. Free healthcare, free schooling, top-notch schooling too, to teach the kids where the future is going. You can go to these public schools right now, man. These kids, look, the food is nasty. I don't know. Look, the food is gross. They not getting the right studies to go into the next level. When you come out of high school and college, you should be learning how to program. You should know math and science, because that's the bottom line. Then you should know how to do a little home economics. You should know how to do home economics, and you should know how to do PE. You should know how to work out, keep yourself healthy, the diet. That's the only things we need to really be teaching in business. You know, we teaching all this other stuff. Oh, he came over here, he conquered this, he did that. Man, ain't nobody conquered nothing. We still trying to figure it out. There's cancer in the air from Hiroshima. Nuclear waste. PFAs. We still figuring it out. Still got gasoline cars in the ozone, tearing up the ozone. We still figuring it out. And that schooling is garbage. The public school system is trash. Now they didn't raise Catholic school scholarships, private school scholarships up to like 30,000. My cousin was trying to get my little cousin in school, my goddaughter. He take her up to the school in San Francisco to see how much it was. 30,000 for private school. Who got that money? That's only for rich people. My cousin is middle class. He make 120, 130, but that's for rich people, man. Who gonna spend 30,000? Millionaires. You gotta be a millionaire just for your kid to get the proper schooling. And I doubt if they getting the proper schooling, because all that's gonna do is look good on their resume to go to a nice college or whatever, and we don't even know how they gonna pan out. Because I don't think it's gonna make them smarter if they don't teach about the studies I was just preaching on. You gotta know how to code, AI. All this stuff is out right now, man. All this stuff is out, man. I bought some translation glasses. They translate all 134 languages. Glasses that translate all the languages. And then I got the earbuds too. I say, wow. Look at the technology we got today. And these kids finna be programming the robots and stuff. You know, Total Recall 2 showed you that back in the day. We finna be programming robots. And I think I'm watching this series called The Blind Spot, man. The FBI is showing all the secrets and the lies that America has been telling us for I don't know how long, man. Because everybody focused on the black man. when you should be focused on everybody else that's here instead of us. You need to be helping us to help y'all focus on everybody else. Instead, y'all want to shoot us in the back, shoot us in the head. You want to kill our kids. You know, a Latino guy was on the freeway the other day, y'all. And he had some scissors in his hand, some scissors that you cut paper with or shoestrings. He is feet away from the police. Feet. They shoot him in the chest. They shoot him with bullets. Where's the beanbag or where's the taser? Calm down, my man. Boom. But they shot him in the chest. A chest shot at that. For some scissors on the freeway. Who is he gonna hurt on the freeway? Gonna stab a car door? Oh man, this world is crazy. Latino guy, you know, a Latin guy, and hey, there's no debate about wrong and right. It only should be right. Like, I don't even know why they make us go to the poll booth and vote, because we can see who wrong and who right. You know, I'm not saying nobody should be in office that's in office right now. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, when you got that like that, all this stuff just like gremlins. You pour some water on a gremlin, they multiply. Look, it was the bad gremlins. Remember the bad gremlins you poured on the But then remember it was the good gremlin, the brown one. You pour it on him, good gremlins. You know? Well, now you pour it on him, it was bad gremlins too. You had to keep him whole. You couldn't pour no water on him neither, because then that'd make the bad gremlins. You see what I'm saying? You can't infest or pour water on a good gremlin, because what came out of him was the bad gremlins that wanted to kill him and us. So you had to keep him pure. No water. He could eat chicken. He could eat, but you couldn't pour no water on him. You know, I guess the water was contamination. You couldn't contaminate the brown gremlin, you know, or he'd grow the little green gremlins. And that's what's going on today. They pouring water on people, and they making gremlins. And that's bad, because they putting money behind the wrong thing. And when you put money behind a debate, you know it can get televised, social media, boom. And once you start spreading that, you know, you sprinkling with that money, that water, now he making bad gremlins, because his rhetoric out of his mouth is bad. So now people is agreeing with that. They turn into gremlins, and they say, "Amen, amen." Hey, it's just crazy, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. So once again, I said debate shouldn't be about hate, what's wrong and what's right. Debate should always be about how we can do right even better. You know, like, okay, cars is good, right? But how can we make cars better so we won't tear up the ozone? Electric cars. See, that's a debate. That started as a debate. Took a minute for the electric car to come out, but they said, hey, they seen the study. Let's put the electric cars out. Now that's a good debate. Not if I should take, hate this other group of people. Groups, not just one group, groups of people. We shouldn't do that, because we all people. No matter if we live across the globe or right here in the United States, we shouldn't be doing that. Okay, I'm going to move on, man.